Greetings, friends. My name's Renee Restino, and today I'm here to share with you about an exploration into the sacred circuits. This is a subject taught in detail by Bashar, and I encourage you to either go to Bashar TV or to YouTube and search for Bashar, the Sacred Circuits, for a lot of wonderful information. What I decided to do is to explore these circuits one at a time in order as given by Bashar, and take a whole month for each of these symbols or sacred or cosmic circuits. And Bashar teaches that these are a gift to us, to humanity, from ancient civilizations that passed it along to Bashar's civilization and them to us. So there's more to that story. But in any case, this gift has been given to us at this time because of our ascension into higher expressions of consciousness. So we are able at this time to explore and connect with these energies. And these energies are tools. They can be used as that. They're techniques that we can use to do exploration and experience growth. And they are reflections. And they are reflections of our very selves. Because as we explore these circuits, it is inseparable from us exploring ourselves. So I want to share with you about the first circuit, center. I was in my month of exploration, and this one day I had plans to join with another person and to go into some inquiry processes of contemplation about the center, to dive in and explore that. And before I had this appointment, I went on a long walk with my dog, Sadie. And we were as far away from the house as this path took us before it was time to circle back around and come back to the house. And then Sadie wasn't there. So to me, it seemed she disappeared. So contemplating the center, I did intend to stay in my center. And that was a wonderful experience because there wasn't a time where any fear or worst case scenario or anything like that came up. But my first choices were to problem solve in a way I was accustomed to. So I started calling all over the place for Sadie to come. And I backtracked, and then I finished our walk, and I was looking and calling for her the whole time. And then I did the next logical thing, and I got on in my all-terrain vehicle, and I went over to the next property, which is my sister's, and I let her know Sadie was missing, and Sadie doesn't get along with her dogs very well, so, I was trying to head off any type of misunderstanding. And, my sister, after some time, had put a Facebook post for the neighborhood Facebook page to say that Sadie was gone and put a picture of her up. I went to the other neighbors. We have a neighbor with chickens, and I just wanted to make sure, keep an eye out for Sadie just in case. She likes chickens, but you never know how she might be with someone else's. So all this was unfolding, and I noticed the whole time that I was in my center. I was open and free to not entertain any negative ideas. So I went home, parked my vehicle, and walked to my crypt. And I got to my crypt, and I centered, and I started to visualize the symbol and going into the spiral vortex and connecting even deeper into my center. And I opened up my contemplation to connect with my tree, with the other trees and plants and the leaves, and visualizing the mycelial network. And this vision did come to me, and it was the way communication might be moving along the mycelial network as a light. And I saw a flash of Sadie's face. And just about then, I was out of it because I heard a truck coming up the driveway, and I'm like, oh, they found her. So I just like dropped everything and headed back home, and it was a neighbor, but they had not found the dog. So I headed back to the crypt, and I asked for the mycelial network and the center of the crypt, basically, to communicate to me where Sadie was. And so as I received this information, I could see her. And I could see her peacefully. She wasn't like in the next county running away. She was peaceful, and she was in the woods. And I kind of recognized where this was. It wasn't specific, but I got this feeling. And so I went to the general area. And I was having to go not on a path, but through a rhododendron forest by the creek. And it's a beautiful place. It's a mystical, beautiful place. And I was going along, and I was staying in my center, and an idea came to me. So the idea was, what would be the most super exciting thing that could happen? Like, not just finding Sadie, but what is even more exciting than that? And what came in for me is that, well, maybe there's one of my hybrid children accompanying Sadie, kind of hanging out with Sadie, and that hybrid child might be there when I find Sadie. And so my excitement went up to another level. And I had gone just about as far as I was going to go in this direction along the creek downstream. And I just stopped, and I got kind of a feeling, well, I'm going to turn around. And I went to turn around, and I heard this woof. And I turned right back around to the direction I'd been walking, and there was Sadie just standing there, just looking at me like she was going to say something. It was just so awesome. What a beautiful moment. And it was just joy. So I called her, and she wouldn't come, which was odd. And so I walked around some logs and went over to her. And she had this deer pelvis bone that probably was left over from a coyote kill. And she was happy as she could be with that. But all it took was for me to just touch her on her collar and her vest right here. I mean, no pulling or anything. And she just came with me freely. And it was like, good, you got it. You did it. Yeah, I feel the emotion of that. It's like you stayed in your center, and you felt the beautiful energy of the flow and the wonder of this beautiful adventure. So we left that spot, and I thought we were going to shortcut it right to a path that I know of, but the path was further than I thought, and we ended up going through these brambles and all this thick undergrowth and things that I recognized wouldn't be fun for me if I wasn't in my center. And I just felt the joy of the adventure the whole time, even when I got some scratches. So